Okay, so Ploning is a traditional Cuyonon song that is mostly, I don't know, it's mostly sang by females because it talks about a female love story. All right? In this video, we're just gonna translate this. I'm only gonna translate the first two verses because, one, it's the original song. Two, the third verse was added recently after, I don't know, by some guy, some dude who added it. And three, my ability in the Cuyonon language is limited. I do not know much about the Cuyonon language, but from context clues and from knowing other Philippine languages, including Spanish, I'm able to understand some of this, okay? This is actually a really nice song, Ploning, right? It's again a Cuyonon song that's taking place in the Cuyo Islands. The first verse goes like this. I'm not gonna sing it, but I do know the melody, but we are gonna translate this, right? So, Ploning, right? Nga labing maleban. Remember that E makes an sound, right? An So, labing maleban. The root word here is labi, right? Labi means, which means in Cebuano, if you know what that means, it means more than or above all, right? Pluning that, remember that nga ligature or that conjunction, labi more than leban. Okay, leban means very nice. Root word here is leban. Okay, ma again that affix in the I don't know what I don't know what it is in the Cuyonon language, but that ma affix means like it has the ability to be very nice, makes it the abilitative like a very nice. Pluning nga labing maleban. Pluning that is more than very very nice, right? So pluning, you're describing pluning who is a person who is more than just a nice person, right? And then the next sentence is ang gugma mo pluning, right? So gugma, remember in Cebuano or in other Visayan languages, this is a cognate, gugma, which is love. But that sound, remember, is that Proto-Austronesian vowel that evolved, right? And in Cebuano, it evolved from to u, and in Cuyonon, it stayed the same. It never evolved. So gugma mo, right? Pluning, your love, pluning, right? This is showing ownership. Ang gugma mo, pluning, nga inkandadoan. Remember, we have that nga ligature again, which means that, right? Your love that is, your love, pluning, your love that is incandadoan, meaning candado is a Spanish loan word here, which means padlock, right? Or in this case, incandadoan. So we have an ing something something an ending or circumfix in Cuyonon, right? The ing something something an and circumfix with candado in the middle. So it's been love locked. So your love that has been locked away, right? Because candado is a padlock. So it's been locked. The next sentence we have licencia ko pluning, right? Licencia. Now, this in modern Spanish, this means license, right? But it can also mean like your pardon. It's your license that pardoned you, all right? Or we know it as you're sorry, an apology, right? An apology. Licencia ko pluning kung sarang tugutan. So pardon me pluning for wherever I am allowed for what is able to be accepted, right? Tugutan, right? If kung sara nga tugutan in Cebuano we have this word too, tugutan, right? Which means to be able to be accepted and allowed, right? And then now we have mapamasyar ako sa marayang lugar. So we have mapamasyar. In Tagalog, there's actually a similar word here, which is pasyal. Yeah, but in Cuyonon, it's pasyar, right? Mapamasyar. Yeah, mapamasyar, which means just to go out. In Cebuano, we call that laag or suroy, right? It's just to take a stroll, to go out, have fun, stuff like that, right? You're gonna take a stroll. I'm gonna take a stroll sa marayang lugar. Okay, there's a Tagalog cognate for this. Marayang is malayong. Okay, malayo, malayo. They both in Tagalog's malayo, in Cuyonon's maraya, and they mean far away. Layo, right? Malayo, maraya. Okay, raya. Nga, that nga ligature, and then we have lugar, which is borrowed Spanish for place. So you're going to take a stroll to a faraway place, or I'm going to take a stroll to a faraway place. For the second verse, we have Ploning, pobre ako, I am poor. Masyado. Masyado is a very, it's an adverb that means very, right? So I am very poor. Pluning, pobre ako, masyado. This came from Spanish, okay? It came from Spanish, demasiado, right? But it had evolved into a different word and meaning. So I am very poor, pluning. And this is also a Tagalog cognate. Ara ko sasalan. Okay, ara is the same as in Cebuano or Tagalog, wala. Okay, or other Visayan words, wara or wala. Actually, in waray, it's wara. In Cuyonon, it's ara, right? So the waray is probably closer to this. Ara, wara, right? In waray means wara. In Cebuano, it's wala. In Cuyonon, it's ara. Ara ko sasalan. Nga mga recuerdo. I don't have anything that is of remembrance. So pretty much saying I don't have anything to remember me by, right? Recuerdo, it comes from the Spanish word remembrance, or I remember, right? Remember. Recuerdo, yo recuerdo, which means I remember in Spanish. So I don't have anything of remembrance. And the second sentence, arako bulawan, means I don't have gold. Remember, in Cebuano, bulawan means gold. But in Cuyonon, it's bulawan. It's also mean gold. Arako dinero. I don't have money. Remember, Spanish, dinero, money. I don't have gold. I don't have money. Ara. Solamente pluning. Again, Spanish, solamente, right, which means only. Only. So only pluning, right? Pluning, only. Solamente pluning, just only. Damdaman, right? Damdaman mo ako, right? In Cebuano, dumdom, remember, to remember, dumdom. But in that Proto-Austronesian vowel, that right? We have that vowel in Cuyonon. So we have damdaman mo ako, remember me, okay? You remember me. So only pluning, remember me. And then this last portion is the relatively new one that was added by some guy, right? Because the first two verses are just the original of the Ploning song, but the last verse was recently added, okay? I can actually translate some of this, but some of this I do not know because, again, I don't speak Cuyonon. I can only use context clues from the languages that I know. Ploning, pagsarig kanakan. I don't know what pagsarig means, but kanakan means like to me. Tudak sa akong leba. So something to me, something to my, I don't know what leba means, but remember that I kanakan tudak sa akong leba, right? Akong is actually a cognate in Cebuano for akong. Sa akong instead of sa akong, right? So to my, I don't know what leba means. And then the next one is ang akong bisara. Again, my something. Tigbas mo sa bato. It's like to carve it. I think to carve it in the stone, right? Carve it in the stone. Tigbas mo, you carve in the rock. Kekaman, right? So kemkeman is sapanyo, means to hold it tight or to squeeze it in the like to hold it tight, like to squeeze it in the paño is a handkerchief. And then here we have indi, which is a cognate of Tagalog, hindi, which means no. And in Cebuano, dili, right? But in Hiligaynon, it's indi as well. So Hiligaynon is indi, in Tagalog it's hindi, and in Cuyonon it's indi, which means no. It's the negative form of dili in Cebuano. Indi ungod, agkupas. I don't know what that means, but I think it's something like it will not go away, right? Maski ara ren ang lawas. Even if there was no more lawas, remember in Cebuano it means body. So even if the body is gone. So ara ren can be like the enclitic particle in Cuyonon meaning also, right? Also or to, right? Hindi enged ag kupas maski ara ang lawas. It will not go away even if the body is gone, right? And that's kind of like the last meaning. It won't go away even though the body is gone away. Maski ara. Remember, ara is at negative. So this is it for Ploning. It is a nice song. If you have time, go ahead and listen to it. It's a nice melody, and it's slow, right? It has the melody of like Ploning, ngalambing, maluban, ang gugma mo, Ploning, nga inkandaduan. Lisensya ko, Ploning, kung sarang tugutan, mapamasyar ako sa marayang lugar. And then that melody repeats again on the second verse, right? Ploning, pobre ako, masyado, arako, sasalan. And then again, it just keeps repeating itself like that. But it's a simple song, simple melody, really nice, right? So this is just again a video that translates or help translates the Cuyonon song Ploning. And if there are any of you Cuyonon speakers out there, please feel free to translate the rest of it because again, I'm not a fluent Cuyonon speaker. I just speak Cebuano.